Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I want to show you how I turn my Nintendo Switch OLED to a powerhouse that can play any games I want, like emulating game or any PC game with Polo and RMS, because I actually install Android on this useless Nintendo Switch. I say useless, it's not because the Switch is broken or anything. It's just that I don't use it anymore. So I don't use it as much. Not saying like anymore. It's like for the past year and a half, I haven't touched it. So I want to like use it for something that I actually use. So, and I saw a recommended video on YouTube that they install Android on a Nintendo Switch. So I thought, wait, if I can install Android on a Nintendo Switch, that means I can install RMS. So I can stream from my PC to the Switch itself. So now, and not only that, it was actually surprising that, let me show you the latency. It's actually really good. Like Nintendo Switch is like a really, what you call it? You see like 4ms, so it's gonna go down to like 1.5 to 2ms. Like when you actually play. Let me play. Let's go normal. See, like when you play it, actually like go down to 1.2, 1.3. Like the decoding time is actually really good. It's almost as good as a Snapdragon 8 Elite, like a modern like tablet, for example. And it's actually really surprising that to see this. You know, let me turn on some volume. And now I'm actually like playing God of War 3 emulated on a Microsoft. So basically, I'm playing a PlayStation game on a Microsoft, which own Xbox, on a Nintendo Switch. That's crazy. It's actually pretty cool. And not only that, it's actually viable to play it because the latency actually really good. And the Joy-Con, like if you ever use Joy-Con, you know that Joy-Con actually really good with vibration. They have like HD rumble, so the vibration actually really good on a on a on a Switch. So let me you see the decoding time, like it's like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 to like 2ms. So let me turn it off to get the handheld experience. Is there any way I can skip this? Like, I really want them to make more games like this for for God of War. I like the newer one, like the 2018 God of War, the remake, or the new one, Ragnarok. I like them, but I feel like if I had to choose, I would choose this type of like God of War. You know, like going against God. You know, like fighting Titan or something. It feels more epic for me. Like going against Zeus, going against Hades, you know, it's like, it's so like more impressive than the new one for me personally. Like I remember like trying to play this game on my old laptop, and I think it was like 2017 or something, and my laptop was so old that I couldn't do anything because the PS3 emulator wasn't like really good back then, but now it's actually like playable. Not only that, I can actually play this game at 120 FPS with lossless scaling. You see, if I turn this and I press F2, it's gonna turn on my lossless scaling. See, now I'm actually playing at 120 FPS. You see? It's actually pretty good. The only downside for the Switch is because the screen is only 720p, and also it's only 60 Hz. So like 120 FPS is not gonna do much for you, but it's still better than playing at 60. See this? Like, see how epic it looks? On another thing is because it's OLED, it's like everything looks so much poppy. It looks so good. So maybe I'm gonna switch game. Don't want to make a video, whole video for this. So hold this. You see, now it's close. It's closing. See, this is like, you see, I'm actually like running Android. And another thing is because Nintendo Switch only support 5 GHz, it doesn't support Wi-Fi 6, but the latency actually surprisingly good, like I said. Oh my god, my neighbor is doing something. I hope it's not annoying. Let's try other games. What other games to try? Like, see, there's so many like AAA game I can play. Let's try Miles Morales. Not Devil May Cry. Try Spider-Man. Play. Like now we actually playing Sony game on a Nintendo Switch. On a window. Like it's actually pretty epic. And obviously, I don't know if I had to choose, I think maybe like some of you already had like a Nintendo Switch lying around, like a Switch 1, Switch 2, or Switch Lite, or even like a Switch OLED like this. And lying around and you don't use it anymore, so it's basically useless. Maybe you can just install Android on it, and then use it to stream. Like leverage doing it. I don't want to. Well, I don't want to hear that. Let's go friendly start. Let's see. It's actually pretty cool. Like another thing, like if I had to choose, like would I play this like from start to finish the game? I don't know, but it's cool to do it. You know, for me, like personally, I'm streaming on my Red Magic Ultra, like because it has a bigger screen. Look at the screen different. Like this is like 9-inch, this is 7-inch, and it's still light, and it feels more comfortable to hold because the controller itself is really good. But for me, maybe like sometime I want to play on something that is like compact. Maybe like Switch OLED is gonna be like a viable solution to play, because maybe you don't want to buy something like a Red Magic Ultra, for example, or the Lenovo Legion Y700, for example. You don't want those, and you have the Switch lying around. Yeah, install it and just install Android on it and use Artemis, which I try natively on the Switch itself, like the Switch ROM, the custom ROM with Moonlight, but it's not as good as Artemis when installing Android. I try. So you might see a couple of videos that I already did with the like playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on Nintendo Switch, you know. Like it's actually like viable to play because the latency is actually really good. Is there any way to skip this? No skipping? Unskippable skip cutscene. Is there a way to skip? There should be a way to skip. No way, it's not skippable. Like maybe some of you already own a Switch 2, so Switch 1 is like practically useless for you. Maybe this is like a solution to revive the passion, you know, because it's OLED. Even the Switch 2 doesn't have OLED screen. The only downside with this is like it's only 800p. I mean 800p, 720p, and because of the low resolution is not as sharp as something like the Red Magic Astra, for example. But like you see the latency, it's like I'm playing just fine. How do I dodge? Oh yeah. And like the rumble is actually really good because it has HE rumble. It's not that cheap like rumble with the like G9 controller I show you with a couple of videos ago. With that like kind of cheap rumble feeling. Here is actually like feel like a rumble because it is HE rumble. I don't know if I would want to finish a full game like on this, but it's good to like have, you know, actually pretty cool. When the Nintendo Switch OLED is really old, wasn't the Switch is like released on what 2017, 2018, and it's still like a pretty good hardware nowadays. Like you can still use it like me, like use it to stream. I don't know, kind of forgot the control because I haven't played this in a while. I finished this game on PS5. The soundtrack is popping. I think that's it. That's the only video. That's the only thing I want to show. That streaming on a Nintendo Switch OLED or the Switch doesn't matter as long as you can install Android on it and use Aramis and Apollo. See the latency. Actually, pretty good. Oh, if you want to see the setting, let me show you the setting for Aramis. This is my setting. I'm streaming at 1440p and 120 fps. I recommend, like, if you want to do the same thing as I do after installing Android, this is the setting I recommend, because you want to make sure at least you stream at 1080p. Even though the screen is 720p, you need to make sure it's like higher resolution, which I find 1440p is a sweet spot for me because it giving the best sharpest resolution, image quality, and make sure to stream at least 120 fps. Even though the screen is only 60 Hz, you want to stream at 120 to make sure the latency is like input latency, like when you press button, it feels much better. If you ever stream, you know what I'm talking about. And video bitrate, I think this is like depending on your Wi-Fi speed, not Wi-Fi speed, your internet, not Wi-Fi, your signal, like how good it is for your connection, but it's not like depending on your speed. Doesn't matter what your like internet speed. So for me, I can, like, for most of my like tablet, I can go to like 150 or 120. For me, like my sweet spot for me with the Switch OLED is 100 megabyte. And this one you don't need to do anything, just like set it by default, and make sure it's the video frame pacing is at balance, because balance is gonna give you the best like smoothness. It's not gonna give you like jittering, you know what I mean? And also like latency does not support the low latency, obviously, because this is like an older hardware. That's it. That's what I wanted to show. This is actually pretty cool. That's it. Thanks for watching.